morning, everybody. I'm Janie Parrish from the Wadsworth Area Chamber of Commerce. Sometimes I don't know where I work. Yeah. And then I'm right here along with my fabulous, gorgeous, debonair co-host, Michael Reynolds.
Good morning, Janie.
That's his morning pep talk. It has, and I really should have added a couple extra adjectives because it's got to get him through the holiday
you're
weekend.
Slacking a little here.
It's a
lot to live up to, man.
Yeah. So Michael's our board president, also the director of sales for our wonderful Post newspaper that people read cover to cover to cover to cover. True.
Absolutely.
Yep. And he and his wife Lisa own the beautiful Pine Valley Golf Club. So anyways, welcome, Michael.
Show's over.
Enough of that. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm also here. We're here with also some great looking people and wonderful people. Kathy Brighton-Butcher, who is from the Medina County Economic Development Corporation and who also comes to Wadsworth to help with economic development.
Absolutely.
And then also a new face around Wadsworth since what, about 3 months now?
3 months exactly.
Yeah, Jim Gray, who is the economic developer for the City of Wadsworth. Jim, is this the first time Wadsworth has had a fully dedicated economic developer?
Yes, in recent years anyway, this position was created, I guess, about a year ago to dedicate resources just to economic development for the city.
Very nice. Now, as we're talking here, because what we're going to be talking about today is the Business Expo made in Medina County. And as we're talking, you might notice that Jim has a little bit of an accent. He's going to tell you that he's from New Jersey. Okay, I'm teasing, it's Tennessee.
I would have loved it if he changed his accent when you said that, though.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Southern Ohio.
There, yeah, Southern Ohio. Okay, now we have never done this before, but we were given a script, and it's because they never. I think they
don't trust us.
They think we'll go off the reservation.
No, it's because economic development has so much going on that if we don't stay on script, we miss the points.
Okay,
so it's
there
for
we
us,
go.
not for you.
Okay, so I just want to show everybody what the script is. These are Michael and my parts, and all of this is their parts. Okay, so we'll be quiet for most of it. Michael, go ahead. You start with your little itsy bitsy part.
Fun.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about the Medina County, Made in Medina County Expo.
So Made in Medina County it's now in its third iteration. We're very excited about that. We've been very successful, so that's great. In 2015, the county really came together. So 3 chambers, 3 cities, leadership in Medina County, and economic development, all unified together to put this event on. And it really supports manufacturing in the county. Manufacturing is 29% of our economic output. So it's very important to us, you know, in an economic sense. But that also means all those jobs, all those people are shopping and living and spending time in Wadsworth. So it's really important that we celebrate, you know, manufacturing as a whole. So the expo makes it fun because it's amazing the things that are made right here in your backyard. Mm-hmm. We actually just met a company last week that they make all of the furniture that if you go into an H&M, a Key Bank, or what was the other one? Aspen Dental, or Joann Fabrics was the other one. Any of the furniture in there is made in Wadsworth.
For their offices and
for their locations, yeah.
Basically
so
fixtures.
How cool is that?
That is cool.
So you didn't know that.
I
didn't
did
know
not
that.
know that.
So to have them,
Mm-hmm.
have them display and be able to show off what they do, that's really interesting to know about. And then we're very excited to have John Ratzenberger as our keynote speaker. So for people my age, he's Cliff on Cheers.
Mm-hmm. Cliffy Clavin.
Exactly. And if you have young children or if you're a younger person, you know him as the consistent voice in all the Pixar movies. So I'm excited to see our students when he starts talking go, we know that guy. It'll be a lot of fun. So my favorite Pixar character from him is the Underminer. So I'm hoping he'll say it once, but you know, we'll see.
I don't know what the Underminer is.
The Incredibles.
Okay.
See, you need to be watching these with your grandsons,
Okay.
okay? You've got to get caught up.
Okay, I absolutely will. Okay. All right, so here, I'm on to
Next
the next
question.
question.
Yeah, there we go.
Question
You go, girl.
2. Who is attending?
We have over 1,500 people expected to attend, so it'll be business leaders, community folks, residents. We're reaching out to all of our senior living facilities to see if they want to come out and use this as an activity, because I think it's really fun and cool swag. You always get good, stress balls and things like that. We also have over 500 students in attendance, so they're coming from all our schools. And normally when we do something in the county, we only have 7 school districts to pull from, but because we're working with the 4 Cities Compact, we'll actually have 10 school districts represented at the event.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
And you know what a great collaboration.
Sure.
It's huge.
Yes.
And an experience for those young people to come in and see this.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely amazing.
Michael, you're up now.
Please tell us when it begins. A little about the timeline of the event.
Yes, so the event is October 4th. So John will go on at about 9, well, the introductions will begin at 9:15. That'll happen until 11 when he finishes up, and then the expo's open from 11 to 2. From 11 to 2 it is free, so anybody who wants to come out to Made in Medina County can do so and check it all out for free. We're very excited. Our sponsors really help us with that. And then prior to 11 o'clock, it is a $40 ticket to watch John and his keynote.
Okay. Now I have to tell you, poor Jim Gray has been thrown into this.
Yes,
into
absolutely.
this. Like he's not only trying to learn his job, then he is into this Made in Medina County. And I said to him, Jim, are you volunteering? He goes, I think because I got a shirt.
Well, and you can imagine, poor Jim, who's training him but me. So he gets the fly-by-night, here's what's happening and here's what you need to know, and then he gets the 27 emails, which is why his script's a little bigger than yours. So,
Okay.
So his script on the timeline must include the part about the evening margarita bar, correct?
Is that what your
'Cause
part
I didn't
is?
hear
No,
you say
the
anything
margarita
about
bar.
that.
Yeah,
Now
no.
this goes back to the history of this event.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well,
Everything
that's
ever
pretty
been
dry.
printed
Right?
We'll
about
stick with
this.
the margarita bar.
Yeah. The
Anyway.
margarita bar will be Janie and me personally. I don't know that it's going to be. Needless to say, it's a lot of work to put this together.
It is a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah. When did we start working? This isn't on the script.
No,
but
it's
I'm
not,
gonna
and that's
ask.
okay.
Okay.
So I have actually begun 2021 yesterday. So,
Oh my
as I'm
gosh.
wrapping up the details for the 2019, I'm already beginning to map out what we're going to do and what kind of sponsors we're going to need. And then the committee will form in January of 2021.
Okay.
So it takes about 9 months.
Yeah, just like a baby.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's baby made in Medina County.
But you know what? This one actually makes us a little money. So it's a
good.
little different than a baby.
Okay, good. All right. Well, you know what? Let's give Jim a chance here. Jim, tell us about the history of Made in Medina County.
Well, let me flip through my sheets. This was developed to promote and expose our industrial base to, as Kathy said, individuals, companies, what they do, and so forth. One of the issues, to shift gears a little bit, 80% of jobs created in this country come from existing industry. And that's great that we're able to showcase those companies in Medina this next month. We've got several companies that are participating from Wadsworth. And one thing I don't know that people really understand about some of our companies, it's kind of an unknown great deal, is some of our companies, especially some that are participating, sell their products worldwide.
True.
As was mentioned, one of our companies virtually, they have companies they supply or businesses worldwide for fixtures, whether they're shoe stores or department stores or whatever. There are other companies here that if you go into any retail store and you pick up batteries and you see the Energizer bunny on the paper, pretty much worldwide that was made in Wadsworth. Those kind of things were made in Wadsworth.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that while these are locally grown often, but there are international companies here too. But many of those companies have customers worldwide, and that speaks volumes for the business environment in Wadsworth and Medina County.
Can I add to that?
Sure.
So, and cut me off because I
It
can
isn't on
gush
the
about this
script,
for a
so
while.
no, you
I
cannot.
know, right? So Clampco, we're very excited, is actually sending up clamps in the SpaceX rockets.
good.
So not only
Wow.
are we selling, all over the world, but we're going up in space.
Space now.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
And then, nobody knows that Remington Products is here, but they make the foot pedals line of insoles for women's shoes, and they make other things too. They make running insoles and things, but I don't run, I'm sure you can tell. But I wear those foot pedals every single day. Those are fantastic, and I was wearing them before I knew that.
And you can get those at Dillard's.
You can.
Yep.
And
wonder if I
at
could
Target and
sponsor-
all kinds
I
of
wonder
places.
if I could sponsor them. They would sponsor me in running.
There
In
you go.
running.
You
I
run.
can't
Yeah,
accept
you can
that,
get,
but
you can
it'd
get
be
their
a
stuff
nice
at second
gesture.
soul.
Yeah. And because really, we do have some amazing
Absolutely.
manufacturers, like Ebner Furnaces.
Right.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the thing, and it's always fun to do this to people in a meeting because then they all look. If your zipper has the letters YKK
KK.
on them, then it was made in an Ebner furnace. How do you like that?
That is awesome.
And if you say that in a meeting of people, they all look down at their zippers.
Yeah.
And
Oh my gosh. And look at Suprema with their industrial roofing all over the
all
world.
over the world,
Yep.
and they're now getting into green roofs. So if you wanted to have, plants and stuff on the roof, their membrane works for that. So they've got a variety of different styles that they can actually modify to make it work for your building. So
Kind of hard to plant without falling off, but it's okay.
well, at a home, they don't do home roofs; they do flat roofs. Okay, so it's a little easier.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that would make it a little easier.
Right.
But
Well,
yeah, we have some really
Some
cool.
amazing companies.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In this area, no question. Obviously, we want to grow those and add some more, and hence why Jim's come on board. So to get back on script.
Okay.
Since I guess I have to be the person,
was gonna
voice of reason, which is kind of frightening.
We're
when
allowed
it
to get
comes
off
this.
script. It's okay.
Okay.
You mentioned John Ratzenberger as the speaker and his movie roles. What ties him? Why him? And tell us a little bit.
Perfect. So when he left Cheers, he went and started a show on the Travel Channel about manufacturing. It was really the precursor to Dirty Jobs and highlights manufacturing all over the country. And he would go into plants and show you what they do and all that kind of stuff. So it was like virtual field trips.
Okay.
From there, he went on to work very closely with our federal government. And he is a consultant for many of our federal legislators. He's also on the President's Apprenticeship Council. So he's very tied in and is looked to as an expert in manufacturing. So to have him here is
Wow.
wonderful.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Am I up?
You're up.
Okay, good. Okay. Well, we already did the cost to register.
But we can hit it again if you like.
Do it.
$40 for the keynote. You can register anytime you want at madeofmedinacounty.com.
Okay. Now, I like that. Now, since we already knew, I get an extra
get an
one.
extra.
Okay, good.
I don't want to steal your screen time. She gets a little cranky if that happens.
I understand. Okay, but if you look like her, wouldn't you want to be on camera?
Absolutely.
Oh,
come
Yeah,
on.
absolutely.
honey.
There's
Yeah.
a reason why it focuses on her, and I only get the broad shot.
Okay.
You know,
I'm not touching that one.
Okay, I think this one might be a Jim Gray question.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, look, he opened his script. So
No, all right, close book. It's
Okay.
not an open book test, take
it
home?
is. It absolutely
Okay,
is.
all right,
Okay.
go ahead.
Do you have a number 2 pencil, though?
I did, but
Okay.
not today.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah. Well, tell us about the successes of past events of Made in Medina County. Is that an okay question for
Well,
you?
being 3 months here,
Look at your script on this one because we have good success in
Well.
information. So,
really? My perception is it's been well attended and it grows every year.
Yes.
And a great job by Kathy and others putting this event together. And obviously our existing industries throughout the county are enthused about this. So I guess it goes without saying, without being here in the past several years, since its inception, that it's been highly successful. And that's unscripted. That's
Yep.
that's my sense
perception,
in
that's fine.
talking
Sure.
to the Medina County EDC folks that this has been a really good event. If you've got 1,500 people and the number of businesses that are attending, and I presume that increases every year, then how could it not be successful?
Right. Right.
So
And
the
it's-
sky's kind of the limit, I guess, on
I'm
how
sorry
great
I
this could be.
It is truly an amazing event, and each year something new comes in. Yeah. So tell us about the robotics coming in.
So this actually came out of the Four Cities Compact because we have such a strong robotics program here. It's just so awesome that they got excited about it last time and they didn't have a chance to pull that off. So Highland was able to bring their program in. So this year we were able to get everybody. So we have 12 school programs coming in. So when John's done at 11, we have a whole bunch of volunteers that will move all the chairs, and we will have the robotics programs come in. And you'll be able to really see what are the kids doing and what does it look like. I've gotten a lot of flack because we can't have them fight. So no
Yes.
battle bots, which
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. But
Could
you
have sold
know,
extra tickets to that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
But I
it
do
will
want
be
to
fun.
interject, Jim, if you have a Made in Medina County shirt, which we know you do,
Yeah.
you'll be moving chairs.
Oh yeah, we appreciate your help already.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
I didn't know that was in my contract to get a
It's
shirt.
called
You have
other
to go
duties
check that,
as a
right?
sign.
That's right.
Yeah, that's paragraph 10, clause 4.
It's okay. I've
subsection
got
A.
legal
So-
counsel that has already advised I'd be moving chairs.
Okay.
So
all
I'd like
right.
to go back to the question you asked Jim. One of my favorite things about Made in Medina County is many of our students come to this event with their resumes in hand and information about what they're looking for. They talk to manufacturers and they go home with a job. Now, I don't know, your kids are older, my kid is older, but if she'd gone to a field trip and come home and said, yeah, I got a job, that would have been amazing.
Absolutely.
Like, how do you
Yeah.
cope with that?
That would have been a good field trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it has happened on a number of occasions. And then we also have a large number of people who come as job seekers. So they come to meet the companies. Last time we did it in 2017, we had 44 companies with "We're hiring" signs. So we'll see how many we have this time. I have a hunch it's going to be all of them. And so, it's a great opportunity for job seekers to come out and get a chance to see, like, what is this job about? What do they make? What do they do? Why do I want to know?
I was thinking too, we should probably explain that we don't do this every year. And the
true.
reason that we don't do this every year.
Because it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
I mean,
and money.
It's
Yes.
it's a lot of money to raise. It's a lot of work to do. Our manufacturers are really busy, so to have them take a whole day out of their day, that costs them a great deal of money. Now, we have high hopes that they're going to regain it in new employees and new business and new awareness, and they recognize the value of promoting the brand of manufacturing. But we don't want to tax them too much by having them out of the office a lot and getting in these things. So what we do. Made in Medina County Day happens on the even years, and it's a lot of fun. What we do is we have plant tours all over the county, and we put our elected officials to work. So Mayor Robin has done an amazing job of jumping into the deep end. She has done welding, and she made insoles, and this will be our 3rd year next year, so we'll see what she does next year. But we went from 75 people touring the first year we did it to 420 last year.
It's
So
amazing.
I'm a little intimidated by that
Yeah.
growth factor. I hope nobody's
who knows what's
expecting
gonna happen
that.
next year, huh?
Exactly. So I
Yeah.
hope nobody's counting. But
I remember, go ahead.
No, yes.
I remember I did a tour at Root Candles. Yeah, and Mayor Dennis Hanwell from Medina, he was painting a candle. And I'm like, Den, I got to ask you a couple questions here. He's like, I can't. I'm painting.
we couldn't get a good picture because he was so intense.
Okay.
Like
So focused on doing
He
it.
was so focused
he was
on
much
that.
more fun when he made potato salad.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, and I will say Carl DeForest from Brunswick, he was hilarious. And like, I want to do a show called Where in the County is Carl DeForest, because that man is so photogenic and you can take him anywhere and he'll do anything.
Yes,
so
it's
we had a
amazing.
great time with him.
Well, I got to say that one of the really interesting things about this is you've taken something that in many cases would be looked at as not really exciting, manufacturing,
Absolutely.
and created an event that it's a testament to your organizational skills and planning and execution of the event. How exciting it is because it's a well-attended event, like you said, and people come away with more of a passion for manufacturing, which isn't an easy trick to pull off. So,
Right.
And I think that goes back to the collaboration. I mean, if we didn't have, Janie and Jacqueline and the Northern Medina County Chamber at the table, if we didn't have the cities involved the way they are, if we didn't have leadership there, and then also the business community and the supporting organizations, it wouldn't be like that.
Okay.
And it's, culture comes top down, so the steering committee really sets the culture of that event.
Oh, good.
Can I just add something a little bit about manufacturing? A lot of this exposure, a lot of the plant management that we see is like, look, this is a great career path. Some of these people attending just to be exposed to that could change their mindset that, look,
Absolutely.
I want to work in manufacturing. And it's like really state of the art. It can be a lifelong career and a very profitable one at that. And you know, given today's tight labor market, it's a real path to go. And our folks tell us that repeatedly when we go into manufacturing. It's like, look, expose these young people to this and just go through the process, and this could be an outstanding career. So manufacturing is a very nice career path for a very nice livelihood.
Absolutely.
I think we grew up in that age where we have the picture of the dads coming home from manufacturing with their metal lunch bucket covered in grime, you know, can barely make it in the house, and sits down and has 6 beers. And so, but manufacturing is not that anymore at all.
Not at all.
At all. I know with my husband's job with his career-based intervention with students at Buckeye, he's like, those manufacturers are cleaner than our house, which doesn't really say a lot.
Well, and you know, and I've told a couple of them, you know, no, you're never coming to my house if you think this is dusty. So
Right. Yep.
yeah, you're exactly right. It is so clean, and it is so
Yes.
It's a white glove environment
Yeah.
almost in a lot of these places.
and it's just it's a great place to be, and the people are fun, and the you get full benefits usually in Medina County. So it really is a career, and they have growth, you know, plans. The thing that I try and preach to everyone when I get on my soapbox is in Medina County, our workforce problem is entry-level workers. We do not have a problem with skilled labor because our companies are typically family-owned, and they want to take care of their employees. So they want to start you at the beginning of your career and have you stay. And that's really great. They do grow their employees, and they do train them, and they put a lot of effort and money into their folks. So it's a great place to be.
And you can make a career out
Absolutely.
of manufacturing and not have your college expenses to pay back. Yeah.
I met one young man who was giggling the whole time he told me about the new truck that he was buying and how jealous his friends were because they had gone to college, and he was now going to be going to school, but the company was paying for it. So he had a new truck, and he was going to get school. You know,
That's a good thing. Hey, tell us a couple things that are made in not just Wadsworth, but Medina County that would really surprise us.
well, so my favorite one is always, and I'm not even a football fan, but if you ever see a natural turf football field, the lines painted on it, the material used for that is made in Wadsworth. So
Whitlam
yeah,
paints.
Whitlam paints. So that's very fun.
That is very fun.
Obviously, everybody knows root candles are made here. A lot of people don't know that they are huge in Asia. So they were on an Asian soap opera and got picked up, and so they're a cultural phenomenon over there. So that's really fun. We have a lot of auto parts, so every time you use your seatbelt, you're actually using a part that's made by a company called SFS, which is on 18. So over there by the airport in Sharon Township. So that's, you know, really fun.
Yep.
I've used all my good ones.
Jack Candy.
McJack Candy makes lollipops, among other things, and actually the Christmas Story fudge. I always mix up which Christmas movie it is, but the fudge with Ralphie on it is made by McJack Candy. So that's right there in Medina.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
And
like
a lot
stuff
of,
you
a lot
use,
of the food Sandridge makes is found in a lot of.
except in Medina County. So Sandridge Foods makes Grandma's potato salad, which we can all buy and eat and love. But a lot of the stuff, they make wonderful soup, and you can't get it locally. So that one's
And talk about a white glove manufacturing place. That place is
Unbelievable.
spotless.
And so it was so funny because when I toured once, the floor was wet. And I was shocked. You know, why is the floor wet? Well, what I didn't know is it's an antibacterial coating on the floor so that your shoes don't track in stuff. I mean, it is amazingly clean. Cub Cadet, MTD is headquartered here, and they own Cub Cadet. So if you own anything Cub Cadet, snow throwers are coming. You know,
Yeah.
So they do that, and string trimmers we're using right now. So
There's
yeah.
snow? There's snow here?
Snow is coming.
Okay.
You missed that memo about this job.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have it
Yeah.
in Tennessee.
Yeah.
We did.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, okay.
We have real snow.
Yeah. The first 40-degree day, he'll have his
Right.
hat on.
You guys think it's like the Miami Beach down there.
Don't worry, we'll have something to pick up. Yeah.
Adding a little bit to like the fixtures in H&M stores and other retail, there are a lot of, and I can speak primarily for Wadsworth companies, that go into products that you would recognize that don't maybe stand out their name, but like rubber and polymers, for example. A lot of polymer-related businesses in Wadsworth that goes into plastics or go into tires or things like that you just don't think about.
Sure.
There's a lot of steel-related industry here and aluminum, like coatings and things like that, that you may not, especially for utilities, for example, you may not know that, but it's all manufactured here.
It's amazing. But I have to tell you, we're almost out of time. Didn't that go fast?
Yes.
Okay, so let's give one more plug for Made in Medina County and how to get tickets.
So madeinmedinacounty.com. So we try and make that easy.
Okay,
You can go there and get your $40 ticket for the keynote,
okay,
or just come at 11 and tour the expo. You'll get a goodie bag if you're in the first 1,000 people to get there.
at the fairgrounds.
And it's at the fairgrounds in Medina, because that's the only place big enough to hold us.
Any sponsorship available still?
We have a few.
Okay.
So if you do want a booth, if you have a company that would like to have a booth there, we do have a $1,000 sponsorship that has a booth with it. Otherwise, we're sold out.
Very
So,
good.
Well, Kathy and Jim, thank you so much for
Thanks
telling
for having
some-
us.
Thank you.
And thanks for putting this on. And Kathy, you have done an amazing job with this.
I couldn't do it without my team. So thank you for all your help.
Sure, absolutely. Sign us out, Michael.
Thank you to both of you for all you're doing, and have a great week, Wadsworth and Medina County.